The NBA free agency is right around the corner, and the Milwaukee Bucks have the chance to make some great signings to raise their potential to the 25-26 season. Let's discuss 5 realistic players I think they should target. First one is Bruce Brown, a player I feel people have forgotten about since he won the championship with Denver in 2023. After that, he signed a big contract with the Blazers, but he didn't really fit there, so he was traded to Toronto in the Pascal Siakam trade, and he has been relegated to a super secondary role since then. He ended last season in New Orleans after the Brogdon Ingram trade, and I think, given the right context, he might be a super important player in our championship team. He was in Denver, his defense was great, and he's a very smart player. He has some off-ball instincts, so he's always in the right spot, and he fits very well next to a player who is handling the ball and is a good passer and a good reader and can create advantages for this kind of player. So I think he could fit pretty nice next to Giannis. Giannis is a great passer, he makes defenses collapse next to him, and he doesn't really have a partner who likes to cut and get the ball moving to the rim so he can finish with a layup or a dunk. And Brown can be that kind of player. While he can have an impact on defense, he can be a transition player. So I think the Bucks might want to take a look at that. He has a suboptimal 3-point shooting, let's put it that way, but he can still score if he's not respected by the defense, and I think the other things he does on the court clearly make up for that.
Clay got right to him because of his quick release. Down the lane, Bruce Brown lays it in.
The thing with Brown is I don't really know what to expect about his free agency. I don't really know how much are teams going to put on the table for him. I don't know how much he expects to sign. Like, he was paid 23 million last year and he didn't really match that level, so it's pretty clear he's not going to reach that salary again, but we don't really know how low is it gonna get and if the Bucks are going to be able to match the offers he's going to get. That said, I think he's clearly worth considering, and the Bucks should really try this one because I feel like this is the kind of player that can really shine in this kind of environment.
Bounces the pass inside, and driving and dunking is Bruce Brown.
Second one is Santi Aldama, who is admittedly probably the most unrealistic one we're gonna talk about today, but the situation in Memphis is pretty weird after the Desmond Bane trade. We don't really know what direction are they going to lean towards, so it's worth a call to check how they feel about him right now. He has some sign and trade potential, I feel. I'm not really sure Memphis is going to give it all for him, but I'm not sure either they just want to let him work for free. So that's something the Bucks could check to see if they can make a trade happen there, because I think he fits really nice next to Giannis too. Aldama is the kind of power forward who could really shine next to Giannis playing the 5. Like, he's agile, he's mobile, he can shoot, he can put the ball on the floor, he can have some vertical threats, he can finish at the rim, and he's not outstanding on defense, but I think next to Giannis his flaws can get hide a little more and he can shine. He's pretty tall, he's mobile, so I think he has a lot of potential to be that player at the 4 who allows Giannis to really shine at the 5.
Pippen drive, lobs, Aldama puts it down.
To ground it a little bit, he feels like a better version of Bobby Portis in basically everything except for the ISO scoring. I envision this kind of a scenario where Bobby could get trade for him in a sign and trade, but with Lillard likely out for the whole season, you might need some guy like Bobby to just give him some bench minutes and let him be the number 1 guy on offense, because the Bucks are not really loaded in that kind of player. But overall, I really love Aldama. I think he could be a great fit, so you might want to check what's happening on Memphis right now.
Justin inside, blocked by Aldama.
Guerschon Yabusele could fit a similar role to Aldama, even though they're different players. Like, Yabusele is smaller, but he's stronger, so he makes up for that, and he kind of plays the same position as Aldama. He also can shoot, he also can attack the rim, and he also can defend, although he has some different skills, but I also think he can really fit next to Giannis at the 5. He has proven in Philadelphia that he can be a really useful player, and I think Sixers are going to do everything they can to keep him, but I'm not really that sure he wants to stay there. Like, the Sixers are in this weird position where we expect them to be good, but at the same time they weren't, so why should we expect that again, you know? So maybe he's looking for a somewhat competitive environment, and he feels the Bucks can give him that. He also decided to sign a way bigger contract that he had, but since he was just paid a bit more than $2 million a year, maybe he doesn't take that big of a leap so he get out of reach, and the Bucks can offer something that he finds reasonable, so this is someone I would check on.
Yabu, look out, Guerschon Yabusele!
Malcolm Brogdon is another name that intrigues me. Like, he's ending a big contract, but it's clear to me he's not gonna get offered something like the $22 million he was paid that season, and that's mainly because of the injuries he's had. He's missed a lot of games, and he's also been playing for somewhat irrelevant teams, so I think people have forgotten a lot what he can do when healthy, and also people don't expect him to be that healthy anymore. But I think you can gamble on him, and it's worth a shot.
Swinging it over to Brogdon. Smart basketball decision by Coulibaly as Brogdon.
I'm not really sure he's at the veteran minimum level yet, but I don't think he's going to be far from that, because he's probably in an all-time low value because of his health problems. So on a skill level, he might be the best guard the Bucks are really able to sign, and I think they should try it, right? Like, he's a smart player, he can shoot the ball, he's far from his best, but I still think he can be pretty useful for the team, and if he's not asking too much of a salary, I think he's worth a shot.
Oh, nice pass by Brogdon to Sara. Slamming it home.
And last is LaRavia, who is, I know, not the flashiest name, and he's not a player I'm thrilled about, but I think he could be a nice fit, right? Like, he's a great shooter, that first, but he's not just a shooter. The Bucks have had this kind of players like Crowder or Prince who they can just shoot, and you see the limitations of that when defense closes strong on them and they just stop shooting and they have to put the ball on the floor and they don't know what to do with it. And I don't feel that's LaRavia's case. He's not outstanding at that, but I think he could be an improvement. He can finish at the rim, he can move, and he's also bigger than a player like Prince. And the Bucks have had some height problems at the small forward position. Last year they have like Prince as the taller small forward, and he's not really a tall player for the position. And then there was like this huge gap between him and Kuzma, who played at the 3 sometimes, but it's more like a 4. I don't know, it's like this weird gap in the roster, and LaRavia can really help there. He could bring some size, some rebounding, so I don't think he's going to move the needle for a lot of teams. I'm not really sure if the Kings are going to want to keep him, so that's someone else the Bucks might want to give a call and see how it goes.
Of the draft.
Hard-working player from what I understand.
These are 5 players I think the Bucks could really use, and now you can give me yours in the comments. Thanks for watching, you can subscribe if you enjoy it, and go Bucks!